We now move on to our next presentation, which is talking about the importance of vulnerability, prioritization, and vulnerability management, which is from Mr. Vivek Sripuram, Practice Director, Advanced Threat Management Services from Happiest Minds Technologies. Mr. Vivek, you with us?
Hey, hi, Regina. I'm there.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
All good, all good. The floor is all yours, Mr. Vivek.
Thank you. Hello, everyone who's on the call. So today's topic, as Regina explained, so I would like to touch upon the importance of two very key activities when it comes to cybersecurity, right? One is identifying vulnerability, how do you manage them, and the importance of prioritizing those vulnerabilities as well, right? So I will pull out a small presentation that I have for today. So while it is brought in a quick introduction, I'm Vivek. I head the Advanced Threat Management practice at Happiest Minds. As a company, we are a 10-year a public IT services company headquartered back in India. I operate out of Dubai office. So the topic, as you also can see here, it's vulnerability prioritization, why it is important, and the management as a whole. So very basics, what is vulnerability management? It's basically building a program around your IT infrastructure, making sure that you scan, you do what you are doing today, but in a structured manner so that you build policies, procedures around how you are doing this program, be it in-house or you have outsourced to somebody, right? So when it comes to vulnerability management, there are multiple factors that we have to, or we were used to considering. Is it, are we, do I cover the entire assets? Do I cover the entire IT ecosystem that I have today? And do I have the right tools and technology? Those were traditional checks we used to do, right, in early days. But now, of late, what is happening is most of the organizations, when they claim that they have vulnerability management program, and they do continuous scans, they get vulnerabilities weekly, monthly. The thing where they're failing is, are they patching them at right time? Are they picking right candidates for patching them? Or are they prioritizing what needs to be done when it comes to managing those vulnerabilities that they have found? So if failing which, there will be a pile of open vulnerabilities that might potentially lead to any kind of breach that we have seen in the recent as well, right? So the key thing that is missing in the current way how the organizations are managing the program is prioritization. So it lets you identify a potential risk based on the line of business you are into, based on the attack, exposures that you have, right? So how do you prioritize your vulnerabilities and bring in prioritization into your entire program is the key topic that I would be talking. So even the Gartner says that by 2022, which is very near, the traditional way of vulnerability management may not be effective enough. So you have to switch from traditional way of identifying based on CVSS scores or CVE that these are my critical, high, medium, so let me patch them first. No, it has to be a risk-based approach. What does it mean is, if you adapt to this risk-based approach of vulnerability management, there is a 80% lesser chance of fewer breaches possibility for very obvious reasons, which I'll be talking going forward. So the best practices that makes any program, any vulnerability management program effective is you align your program to the risk that you can manage or based on your risk appetite. How much I can, means like if I have to do a patching, what should be my downtime? Can I afford those downtime? Be it any industry, right? So the gentleman in the previous panel discussions discussed about ages where the systems, IT, OT systems or medical devices, we will always face challenges when it comes to patching them. So how do we manage such scenarios? In the age of smart cities, in the age of digitization, so we adapt new age technologies, but it comes with its own risk. So if I'm running a program, I should also have a risk appetite planned in such a way that there is minimal impact to the business, there's a buy-in, and the affordability also has to be in place. So first priority is make sure that your program is aligned to your risk appetite. The next one is prioritizing vulnerabilities based on the risk. So risk is not just your severity ratings. It is to do with how is it going to impact my business? What is the ease of exploitation? How is my competitors or the dark communities talking about new attacks that are being planned based on the open vulnerabilities that are there in the systems today, right? And you will have so many compensating controls that can be addressed for time being, but is that the only solution that you can think of, right? The next is, how do I automate it? Do I need to have a 10-member team sitting, addressing all these vulnerabilities, identifying right remediations, or can I automate certain things which can help me that these are your critical assets, these are your critical vulnerabilities. If you don't fix it, this is the potential loss you are going to incur. So are there technology, are there solutions that are available in the market that can be leveraged, right? So this is again a traditional way of doing vulnerability management. Again, scanners could be anything. You can have Qualys of the world, you can have Rapid7, you can have Tenable, you can have anything that you are currently using. So you do the discovery of vulnerabilities, you classify them, you prioritize them, you do research in terms of what needs to be fixed, and then the patching happens. This is traditional way of doing vulnerability management. What I'm more interested to is, how do I prioritize my vulnerabilities? So today, I've just taken an example from one of our running program. Organization, which is humongous in nature, they have operations in 58 countries. So they are sitting on close to 141,000 open vulnerabilities in the system. And how many of them are weaponized, where there are exploits and malwares available. So we have built a program or a framework using technologies such as Risk Sense platform and others, who gives me this view of funneling, which tells me that these are my trending vulnerabilities which I have to address. So anything and everything to do with the privileges escalations and remote code executions, or the new age vulnerabilities, which is active in use, needs to be addressed first, right? So target those ones to start with. Target those ones to start with, so that you minimize your risk exposure, then move on to the strategic ones, then the ones which are weaponized, and the open ones, right? So putting this on a PPT is very easy, but can I adapt this? Can I do it in a program manner, right? So that's what the automation or bringing in automated tools can help us. So as Gartner also told, or anybody in the industry will agree, traditional frameworks will not give me risk-based prioritization. How do I do it? So at the left, you can see that I have inputs from various scanners, various agents, which is giving me that these are my open vulnerabilities, these are my issues that we need to be addressed.
Vivek, sorry to interrupt. You can take a minute. We can wait. No problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Sure, no problem.
Fine.
So as a first stage, I have my vulnerability data, which could be from any source. It could be from your SaaS tool. It could be from your DAS tool. It could be from your network scanners, cloud agents, your endpoints. All those issues need to be collected first. And then you move on to segregating those based on the risk metrics that any organization would have prepared for themselves. Then comes prioritization. Then you can take action in terms of what should be like. It should give you a view that which will tell that these are my targets which I need to address first, and then take it to a level where you start working in terms of prioritizing the patching, and the cycle continues. So this is what we recommend and we are following. And trust me, over a period of time, the count gets reduced. The risk posture is minimal. And also the investment, what you're making on all your regular way of managing vulnerabilities can also be optimized in such a way that your year on OPEX can be managed as well. So in nutshell, you do what you're doing. It could be right. Bring in automation, bring in frameworks that can give you risk-based scores for your open vulnerabilities so that you can manage it in a better way and your risks are very minimal as well.